Namaste, Swaminiji. How are you?
Namaste, I'm very well. How
Good,
are you?
good.
Yes.
I hope you don't mind, but I have a hard stop at 10:55 because I have a class at 11. Is that okay? If we stop 5 minutes early?
Yeah, of course. No problem. So let me just check if I can share my PPT.
Okay.
Just check. Yeah, is that good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks good. So how
Great.
are you?
Very well, very well. Preeti, right? No.
Shilpa. Oh, wait,
Shilpa. Sorry,
sorry.
yes.
I need to change my thing from HUA host. Let me see. How do I do that? Oh, rename. Shilpa. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Shilpa. So is this a class you're offering then?
that's right.
Namaste, SM Krishnanji. Welcome. Let's see, everyone. Let me just make sure everything is on. There we go. And everyone. Okay. Let me just say namaste. Please. So I can do the slideshow, or since we're about to get started, we don't have to do that. If you'd like, whatever you'd like.
What is the slideshow? Sorry.
Oh, it just is a slide that has the name of the webinar.
Yeah, until I think, for people to see something.
Okay,
Might be nice.
I will do that then.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just start that. Share. You seeing, is it coming up? Yeah. And I will start that in 5 minutes. So Swaminiji, is this a class you're going to be offering?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Okay. Because I was looking on the website
Yeah.
to see if I could find it.
Okay. Because you'll want to post the links and stuff, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. I wanted to post the link, but I don't
Right.
think it's up yet.
Oh, really? No, it is. It is up in terms of the course. Of course it is.
Okay. So because I was looking, this is for fall. This is for the fall quarter.
That's right. Begins on 10th of October.
Okay, let me look for it again.
Yeah.
I did look for it this morning, but maybe. Okay, and it's called From Mind Chatter to Inner Peace. Oh wait, you're on mute, Swaminiji. Yeah, the only thing that's coming up.
Dhyanam. It's called Dhyanam.
So I looked it up wrong. Okay, Dhyanam.
Or even if you just do a search on meditation, I think you should be able to find it. Or let me try and find it as well.
Okay, it's not under Dhyanam. I'll look it under meditation. There's the word. Oh yeah, there it is. Meditation and the
Meditate. That's right.
That's what I was trying to find. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. We're just about to get started in just a few minutes. Oh, it's at the top of the hour, so let me just put this here. Okay. And then I'll stop share. Should we get started?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome, everybody, to our webinar today on From Mind Chatter to Inner Peace, Guided Meditation Practices. And I want to introduce our esteemed faculty and for this class, Swamini Brahma Prajnananda Saraswati is faculty in the Community Education Division at HUA. She has a PhD in philosophy from Mumbai University and offers immersive courses on Vedanta with emphasis on self-mastery, leading to self-discovery. She hosts a weekly podcast called Vedanta, the River of Wisdom, serving as a bridge to Vedanta. And before embarking on her monastic journey, she had a successful career leading various projects and culminating in her role as country director of India for Railway Children, UK, an international organization focused on the rehabilitation of street children. Her work has positively impacted the lives of 15,000 street children annually. She is here today to talk about From Mind Chatter to Inner Peace, Guided Meditation Practices, a class that will be offered this fall. And I'm going to put the link in the chat so you can all see the class. Welcome, Swaminiji. It's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much, Shilpa. Thank you very much. We'll begin with a prayer. So we invoke the grace of the Guru Shishya Parampara, the lineage from where we learn meditation and so many other things. Om Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. So this opening prayer does a namaskara, a salutation to the Guru Parampara, an unbroken lineage, teaching tradition, which obviously includes learning. Vande Guru Paramparam. When did it begin? And with whom did it begin? With Shiva. Whom did Shiva learn it from? So he was the first, but he is Sada, always. So it's Sada Shiva Samarambham. And then the ones who have paid attention to renewing or establishing Sanatana Dharma, one of them, a shining link in the parampara, was Adi Shankaracharya. And so we acknowledge him, Shankaracharya Madhyamam, Asmadacharya Paryantam. So up till my Guru, I do a namaha to the entire lineage. The unique thing about Sanatana Dharma, from which all meditation practices and other kinds of knowledge come from, are recognized as revealed by Bhagwan. And so we need Bhagwan's grace to be able to learn properly, so that we may have happy, meaningful lives. This course, Dhyana, Meditation and the Meditator, by far has been my most popular course with HUA. And it is a unique course because of the combination of things that are offered. But let me give you a sampling of it. And before anything else, let's start with a story. Okay, I know it's morning time in the US, but any time is a good time for a good story. So some of you may be familiar with this book called Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse. And in case you're not, it's okay. We will still just look at one snippet. So here is this young boy called Siddhartha. Siddhartha by itself, the name is so beautiful, is the one who has understood the artha, the meaning of life. Or Siddhartha, the one who is Siddha, who is accomplished, because he has achieved the highest accomplishment. And in the Vedic tradition, we recognize the highest accomplishment not born of karma, but of discovery of one's own nature. That is self-discovery or moksha. So here is this boy Siddhartha. He and his friend Govinda, they, they embark on this spiritual journey, do a lot of fasting, a lot of meditation, of course, move away from home, and are in search of what is the true meaning of life. Then it so happens that Govinda joins, but Siddhartha decides to take a different route. And he's all out to explore all of life. And there as he's traveling and moving around, he meets a very beautiful woman called Kamala. Not Harris, of course. So he's so enamored by this woman. He's never seen somebody so beautiful and so intelligent and so, charming. And he wants to be with her. He actually proposes marriage, if I'm not mistaken. And then she says, well, you know what? You have to earn my hand in marriage. You have to provide for me. Uh, you need to have money. How are we going to live our life if we have to be together? And so he has never had a job because he's been a monk. So he doesn't know what it means to have a job. And so he goes to a businessman thinking that, okay, I will be able to make some money. And the businessman asks for his CV. Okay, not quite CV in those days, but okay. So if you want a job, well, what are you good at? What can you do? And that's when he makes these very famous statements, or which became famous much later. Very, very profound statements. I can think, I can wait, I can fast. So, in any pursuit of life, whether you are pursuing pleasure, as in karma, or you are pursuing artha, wealth, power, fame, you want to have the capacity to think clearly. It is a skill that is across all domains, all of life, all phases of life. And so Siddhartha says, I can think, I know how to think, I know how to not allow emotions to cloud my thinking. I can focus, I can analyze, I can synthesize, I can imagine everything that comes along with thinking. But that's not enough. I can wait. So, good part of us not overthinking, which is an epidemic, and that's why we can't get to sleep in the night because, the mind has furiously been thinking and so much of buildup of rajas and all that, is that we are too caught up with the outcome of our karma. And the outcome will come subject to the laws of karma or laws of nature. So the patience, the ability to also allow things to have their own course, to run their own course. You can't force a fetus to, be born in 5 months just because you are in a rush. There are certain things that you have to allow time and experience to mature. And so the ability to wait and be at it consistently for whatever are your projects, without getting disheartened, without losing hope, without losing patience, is another very important skill. And all these skills come with repetition. All of us have these abilities. Nobody has been denied, but some of us have mastered it by the sheer boring, mundane act of repetition. And then, of course, Siddhartha also says, I can fast, which means that I can put up with discomfort. Any kind of learning involves discomfort. But in today's modern living, we are so used to customizing everything that if things are not according to my tastes, then my mood goes for a toss. So when you go asking for a cup of coffee at Starbucks or wherever, you will, of course, get one long list of options. And while it's good to customize, suppose you get some other kind of coffee, and then you say, well, these guys, they don't know how to make coffee, and then your whole mood goes for a toss. Cannot put up with any little discomfort. Then obviously the ability to think, etc., gets affected. So anyway, coming back to Siddhartha, after he gives this kind of a CV, okay, the shortest CV ever, he does get a job and he does exceedingly well. Then, of course, the story unfolds in another way. So coming back to us and the practice of meditation, the good thing is that it has gained a lot of popularity in the last many years. But I find a lot of problems in the way in which meditation is presented. Because the true purpose of meditation is not presented in the way mindfulness is taught. A lot of our disturbances are because we were misunderstood, either we were hurt or we were guilty. We may be guilty because we didn't follow dharma, didn't do what is the right thing to do. And that's why, like, I wish I had not said such harsh words to this friend with whom we parted ways. So if the problem is at the level of dharma, then you sitting in a cave and meditating is not going to resolve it. You have to resolve the issue with your friend. And then the residue is something that you might want to meditate on. So, the presentation of meditation as, oh, it will solve all problems and all that is a little far-fetched. It's ridiculous. If we see Yoga Sutras, which is a beautiful text by Rishi Patanjali, capturing the key aspects of yoga, then Dhyanam is of the Ashtanga, eight-limbed system. Dhyanam is the sixth one. You never ever start your spiritual journey with meditation. You focus on living ethically first. Same thing we find in the Bhagavad Gita. When Arjuna is confused on the battlefield on the eve of war and says, I want to be free from sorrow, I want Shreyas, I want moksha. Tell me what is my dharma. So the transformation that happened from him being Krishna's buddy to seeing that, oh, I think I have the right diagnosis of the human problem. I want to be free from sorrow. And I'm stuck because even if we win, our victory will be tainted with blood. If we lose, then it would be like a warrior's death. If you make me the king of all the three worlds, that's not going to satisfy me. I'm stuck. I want a way out. And Bhagavan Krishna, of course, gives the Bhagavad Gita. So a total of 700 verses. But Bhagavan Krishna is not saying, you know what, you should meditate. That's the first thing you should do. No, because he could say, you know what, you have to calm your nerves because the war is going to begin. He doesn't give him tips on war strategy. He doesn't, you know, Arjuna doesn't say, I want a mantra for victory. Give me a mantra. Or give me all the weapons that you can so that I can win. Or teach me strategy to make the enemy lose. None of that. And so, life being a battlefield, that what we really want is to be free from sorrow. And so, meditation, even in the Bhagavad Gita, comes only in the sixth chapter, not at the beginning, because in the beginning, we want to have a solid foundation of life. We want to review our life, examine our life in the light of dharma, artha, kama, universal values, the pursuit of wealth, power, fame, etc. So we will want to look at what is the understanding of God and why am I allergic to God? And then, of course, what is also missing in the way meditation is taught and is that it is presented as an activity that is greater than you. And the truth is, there is nothing that is greater than you. No activity can be greater than you because you are the one that is present in and through all experiences, including meditation. So, before we go into one type of meditation, I just want to, offer a framework that we use in the light of Vedanta, which is how we relate to our minds and the stages that we need to go through. Uh, so, the first stage, of course, this is where a lot of us are at, that I experience my mind as a problem. When I want to imagine, no ideas come to me. When I want to focus, I am distracted. When I want to analyze, I'm not able to do it. When I want to synthesize or summarize, I'm just so overwhelmed. And then when I'm angry, all logic flies out of the window. I end up saying things, doing things that I regret. So we have all been through phases where we think, oh my God, I wish I could just shut my mind up. So that's like where a lot of us are at. But one of the ways we will do a related meditation to that, which is you learn to befriend your mind by seeing the ways of the mind. So how do you make friends with anyone? You try and understand the person, you understand the patterns, you relate, and then you see how it is unfolding. And then you work with what is there, and then soon enough, you and your mind are friends. In the Vedic tradition, the mind is referred to as an antakarana. Okay, antakarana is a beautiful word in Sanskrit, which means an inner instrument. So, instrument does not use itself. Karana cannot use itself. A person has to be there. The karta or the dhyata, the meditator, has to be there to use it. The tail cannot wag the dog. The dog has to wag its tail. So, the more we see the ways of the mind, then we are able to channelize it appropriately in all our many pursuits, our roles, responsibilities, and so on. So, even in this antakarana, in the Vedic tradition, we look at the mind as fourfold. One is, fourfold as in, it doesn't mean it has four components. It's one mind, one antakarana, but it has four functions. And the mind is considered as a flow of thoughts. So the first one, not in no particular order, is the manas. So that aspect of the mind which gives rise to desire, feelings, emotions, and so on. So it's like, should I do this? Should I not do this? And some sort of vacillation is there. Then the buddhi, the intellect. the deciding factor. So should I have Japanese food today or should I have Chinese food? What should we order for the weekend? So there are so many options available. Then Buddhi says, no, 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 let's do Japanese because we've not had sushi for a while. Okay, let's go with that. Then how do you decide? Oh, because of Chittam, it's been the last so many weeks, we have not ordered Japanese. So now you are drawing from Chittam, your memory, and then saying, okay, that's why let's eat something new. And who's the one that holds it all together? The ahankara. Ahankara, aham karoti iti ahankara. So I do, and therefore I have this sense of self-identity. The one who holds the mind, my mind, etc. I mind, which is not an Apple product, of course. So as we start to use the mind, we begin to also see that the mind is a gift. It is a gift because I didn't really invent my mind. It is subject to the cosmic order. So, all laws of nature. And as we proceed in our understanding and relating to the mind through meditation and many other practices, we see that really speaking, I am that Chaitanyam, that consciousness that is unchanging, that is one, and that always is present, which illumines the mind. So, why meditation, which is just one anga, one of the limbs of yoga, because we want chitta vritti nirodha. This is one of the first sutras of the Yoga Sutras. And why do we want mastery of the mind? Because is that a goal? Is it a means to an end, or is that the goal? Like, what are you going to do? So one of my batchmates who was batchmates in the ashram, who's an American, and a yoga therapist for 30 years. So, of course, she'd been teaching yoga and healing a lot of people. And once she said something very profound. She said, I was working for the mastery of the mind. And once I had that mastered mind, I didn't know what to do with it. So you can allow your mind to go wherever it needs to and apply it for all your pursuits. But then, so what about it? Right? And of course, that's really when she came to Vedanta, because that's the beginning of Vedanta, that with the mastered mind. And Rishi Patanjali, he tells us that what do you do with the mastered mind? Well, tada drashtuhu swarupe avasthanam. Then drashtuhu, the one who is witness to all the fluctuations of the mind, and who has mastered it. So is able to think when required and to drop thinking when required, is able to imagine, analyze, synthesize, quieten down, relax, according to what is appropriate. What about that person? Tada drashtuhu swarupe. What is one's unchanging nature? Having discovered that, can abide in one's true nature. So, besides living a life of dharma and so on, we also have a support from the Bhagavad Gita, which says, Yatro paramate chittam niruddham yoga sevaya, yatra chaivatmanatmanam pashyannatmani tushyati. So you find so much contentment in yourself. How? Because this chittam that is going all over the place, okay, you by a practice of meditation over a period of time, it's the mind has been silent. Silence doesn't mean to just shut up. It's like when it needs to be silent, it is silent. So one discovers the Atma that is you, that is the limitless. Okay. So I just wanted to, I mean, we'll look at the details in the course, but the word dhyanam really means pratyaya ekatanata, that whatever you want to think about, and generally, dhyanam will be on a symbol or on a mantra or om, which is a sound for Ishvara, or the nature of yourself on something, but the flow of thoughts is uninterrupted. Okay, that is what is dhyana. We are not able to do that, right? So, related to it, we have a myth. Okay, this is very popular. And a lot of people come up to me and say, you know what, I can't meditate. Why? Because my mind wanders. And I say, congratulations, because it means your mind is functioning well. Your mind is supposed to wander. Your mind is supposed to move because the very understanding of mind is vritti pravaha. You know, if anybody of, you've sat by a river or whether even Gangaji, it's very calming because you are steady, you are grounded. Or even if, like, you are lying down, on the ground and you are watching clouds float, okay? Clouds in the sky. And then it's like that. So whether you're watching traffic, you are watching clouds in the sky, you are watching the flow of the waters. So your mind is like that, is a flow of thoughts. It's a flow of blessing, actually, if indeed it is realized. So that's not a problem for us. In fact, we would be worried if your mind is stuck. Because in childhood, we used to have this game. So everybody's running around, and then one person says statue, and then everybody freezes. If your mind freezes, how are you going to drive? We want your mind to move. In fact, all learning takes place because your mind moves. But the art of meditation is to bring it back again and again. Tataha tataha niyamya. So may you bring your mind back into your own hands. So now let's go into the first uh, guided meditation practice. We'll just do like a couple of minutes. Okay. So what we're going to do is very, very straightforward, which is that you can either close your eyes or you can like lower your gaze such that, you're not distracted by what is around you, or you can open your eyes as well. But it's better if you close your eyes. So you sit comfortably, see that your back is upright, and if your eyes are closed, first just watch your breath. With the very act of closing your eyes, the body relaxes. What we will do for the next couple of minutes is to allow the mind to go wherever it wants. Okay, so you're not going to hold it back. Wherever your mind wants to go, let it go. Don't analyze it and don't stop it. Another minute. Okay. So if you've been with me trying to follow the instructions and allowing the mind to wander, then I would love to hear any observations. You can put it in the chat box. What were your observations of allowing your mind to wander for just 2 minutes? Nothing more than that. Yes, anyone? Beautiful. So Uday says there was no pressure. Like it was just so relaxing. Okay. So somebody wanted to chant also, but you can't keep silent. Okay, why not? Yes, absolutely right. Ramesh felt very relaxed. Merida was not sure. Well, because we're not trying to analyze. Let it be. Let it be, because we are allowing the mind to be whatever it wants to be. S.M. Krishna found it peaceful. You're right. The mind can travel here and there, past, future, wherever. It felt liberating. Yeah, this is a beautiful insight from Milan, that after a couple of seconds, the mind felt like it wanted to rest in the present. So this is very much like a little child who is very restless. Yeah. And and the mother wants the child to do some homework. But it's trying, like focus, focus, focus. And the child's like, no, 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 I want to play. And then the mother says, yeah, okay, go and play. I'm right here. And the child keeps looking back, oh, are you there? Yes, yes, you are there. Okay. And then just goes and plays. And that's exactly what the same principle that we're applying here. That sometimes we put too much pressure on the mind to be a particular way. But before, one of the ways we want to relate to our mind differently actually is that let it go where it wants to. Just and it's a very good practice to do, because some of the things that might be residue from our many experiences that may come up, or something, just letting it be. This is a very beautiful practice, and that you can do anywhere, anytime. Closed eyes, not no closed eyes, just let it be. Because it's only when you do this practice you realize how much we pressure the mind. And then we say, but why do I feel the pressure? Okay. So wonderful. Thank you so much for all your sharing. It's just so enjoyable for me to have um, participants share, and you're like you're so into the practice and you share it. Was beautiful. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay. So this is one good practice. Yeah, now we'll come to that. I feel guilty if I cannot quiet in my mind. This is exactly the problem. There is no reason to feel guilty, because your mind need not be quiet. In fact, when you are in the throes of a very involved situation, your mind has to be focused. It need not be quiet. In fact, your mind has to move very fast, especially like in an emergency situation, you know. So, um, so great. So a lot of other responses also. I was still, my mind was pleased. Okay. Different kinds of responses. So also we understand the different kinds of meditation will elicit different responses. And we want to allow ourselves to be. Okay. It is a gift you want to give to yourself. And that's how you understand the ways of the mind. Okay, continuing. Let's look at some more things, and then we'll come back to this. So this is another very big myth, huh? Which is meditation is for relaxation. Well, honestly, relaxation is a prerequisite for meditation. And it is really, relaxation is a part of the preparatory steps Relaxation is not meditation. At least in classical meditation, no. So let's be a little more precise with our words and also understand the tragedy of modern day living, which is that we wrongly believe relaxation is crashing on the couch. Okay. So you work like a dog and a donkey the whole week. And then you're like, oh, or you relax with a drink. Like I remember, long time ago, perhaps in another lifetime, when one would go to discotheques and all. So, so then, the DJ is very clever. So DJ or any club also, So he starts to play all the after people have had drinks. So all the really peppy songs he will reserve for a little later. And at least at that time, I don't know how things are now. So I'm talking about like 20, 25 years ago. So the dance floor is there, it's inviting, but everybody is so wound up and stressed. Why? Because they've had a long week. So then what? Oh, how to relax? Oh, well, maybe I have a drink. Then I ease my nerves. But relaxation is the most easiest thing to do. What is there to not relax? No, 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 there's just too much happening. So the ability to relax is that we have to value it, that one can truly relaxation is not what you do on the weekend. Relaxation is what you do throughout the day. But we have to change our idea of relaxation in the sense that you can be calm and centered and alert and functioning at a very high optimum level. You can be alert and relaxed both. And so, one of the simple ways to do it, which of course um, Yoga Sutras uh, speaks of, and I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with pranayama or the secular term, which has now become breath work, okay? Because well, I mean, there's a whole historical perspective to it. But the easiest thing you want to do to calm your mind is to do longer exhalations. So the sutra itself mentions that when you regulate your prana, so the pranayama, prana, your breath, which are much more than that, that ayama is the discipline. So normally we are involuntarily breathing, but when you regulate it in different ways, then the mind is automatically calm because one aspect of your nervous system kicks in. And then so how you regulate the flow of your inhalation exhalation. So I'm sure these are very familiar practices for you, but still let's do a couple of them, okay? So this is also got now a secular name. I believe the US military does this thing called box breathing. So I don't know what is boxy about this 444, but let's do this, okay? So bring something to your mind that is slightly stressful. Okay, slightly, not very stressful, very slightly, some irritability. Okay, it's because you can see the effect of the pranayama on this. And what we will do is we will breathe, inhale to a count of 4, hold for a count of 4, like hold the breath after you've inhaled, and then you exhale for a count of 4. It's pretty straightforward. So again, you are sitting with your back upright. Your eyes may be closed, may be open, and you slowly inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do 2 more rounds. Inhale to a count of 4. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more round. Inhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now, you know that little thing that you thought about, which was some sort of an irritability for you? See if you are equally irritated. Now that we have just done 3 rounds of this box breathing, so I'd like to hear some responses. Maybe you can again put it in the chat box. Did the irritation increase? This is so funny, Ramesh. You forgot what you were irritated about. How cute. I was relieving. Okay, the mind did not wander. I mean, just so simple, right? It's such a joy when, these simple practices, and the breath is always available with you. You don't have to go looking for some tool. Well, it's always with you. And so just that pause during the day, which again you can do at any point in time. Definitely, because, as we will learn in the course, that the mind is a part of the Sukshma Sharira. So you tug one part of the subtle body, the other part gets relaxed. So the moment you are tugging at the prana, okay, then the mind definitely gets impacted. Or for people who are very calm, peaceful, and relaxed, if you check their breath, it will be very even and relaxed as well. So again, if you tug, if you uh, sort of see the correlation, um, you can influence one and the other gets influenced, right? So, okay, I mean, there are different ways in which you can be taught, okay, because there are different types of pranayama, there are different types of meditation and so on. Okay, great, fantastic. Then let's look at some more points. Oh, sorry, let's look at this. Okay, I'll skip Anulom Vilom for now. Because we have, I think, about some, yeah, okay. And one last one I want to do today because we have limited time. So this is a shloka from the Bhagavad Gita. And what it says is, Uddharedatmanatmanam natmanam avasadayet atmaiva hyatmano bandhuhu atmaiva ripuratmanaha. So may you be a friend to yourself. May you not be an enemy. And so we will do this last meditation, which is relating to the mind with and the body with gratitude. Okay. So I will invite you to sit comfortably and just sense what you are feeling in your body. What are you experiencing in terms of sensations? If you are experiencing any kind of contraction or tension, either in the chest region or in the stomach region, then you can keep your palm on that region, okay, as some sort of comfort or solace, or just, relaxing. And you can close your eyes. So I will take you through a guided meditation. Hmm? I am going to speak to something that is the most intimate with me, which is my body and my mind. This body has been with me for my entire life. And it has been through so many changes. For all the pursuits that I have undertaken, for all the situations and all the experiences, you, my body, has always been there to support me. Irrespective of what I have fed you and what I have put you through and what you have been put through, you have always done your best. And so I want to thank you for being there for me. Of course, when I have pushed you beyond limits, you have protested through some symptoms or fatigue or sent some cautionary signs so that I pause, take a reset, maybe relax, slow down. And so I'm also very sorry that I might not have done certain practices that were useful for you. And still, you have been there for me. I'm also very sorry that I heaped a lot of judgment on you. I was never happy with you. And depending on what other people told me about my body, I also heaped a lot of judgment. And here you were trying your best with breathing, circulation, assimilation, evacuation, non-stop. And so I want to thank you. I'm very grateful for all that you have done. And I want to commit to doing all that I can so that I honor you. I'm able to protect you and I'm able to promote your good health. Although I cannot change what has happened, some of my unhealthy practices, I will try my best to do what is good for you, my body. And I now want to shift my attention to the inner instrument, also called the mind. Again, because of you, I have achieved a lot of success in life. I didn't really invent you, but you have been given to me. And there have been times that I was impatient with you. I have called you names. I've been frustrated with you. And so I'm really sorry that I called you a lot of names and didn't quite understand the way you work. But you have always supported me in all possible ways. And so I commit to trying to understand you, holding the space for seeing what you really are, and using all the Shakti that you are blessed with to be channelized in all my pursuits. I am grateful that both you the mind and the body have been with me, and I'm going to change my relationship with you. So thank you for being there. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So you can lower your hand, rub your palms, and palm your eyes. And then gently lower it and open your eyes when you are ready. So we've done very quickly 3 quick meditation practices. Of course, there's a lot that we will do in the course, which is not a typical meditation course because we're going to draw in from the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Sutras, maybe a little bit of Vijnana Bhairava Tantra as well. And it's going to be great fun. So it was lovely to be with all of you. Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. I'll be happy to take questions. I'm told that we have only 3 minutes. Is that right? So I'll just have a look at the questions. Well, there's only one question, but okay. So let me take that. I am on the path. Actually, SM Krishnan, I'm due to meet you, no, when you are in Bombay. Okay. So I am in the path of Shravanam and Mananam. I do not know how to enter Nididhyasanam. Will this course be useful? Well, from whoever you have learned Shravanam and Mananam, that person should be able to guide you for Nididhyastam. Nididhyastam is basically seeing the truth of who you are. So the last 3-4 classes of the 10 or 11 session course from October to December, that will cover Nididhyastam, but we cannot jump into Nididhyastam until Nididhyastam is contemplative meditation related to moksha. We can do that only if the vision of Vedanta is clear. So Nididhyasana is recommended only if there are no doubts at all about the fact that you indeed are Chaitanyam, the limitless. So we will touch upon it, but the course is really intended to, build on different muscles of the mind. So just like the body needs strength, endurance, stamina, flexibility, you can't say stamina is more important than flexibility. All are required. So we want the mind to be able to work differently. And so we will be using different kinds of meditations to channelize the power of the mind. Okay. One more question. Okay, wait, what was that? If, wait, where is it? Okay. Did I miss any question? I thought I saw one question.
There was a question about if can allowing my mind to wander permit me to have focus?
Yes, a good question. So after you allow your mind to wander, then you can do a focusing meditation on a mantra or an image. And you will find that that will improve your focus. Another reason why we are not able to focus is there are a lot of issues from the past that keep coming up. And so by meditating, those issues are not going to go away. We want to be able to process it in real time with your eyes open. and then you find that, once a lot of issues are resolved in oneself and with life, then the mind also tends to focus a lot. And of course, we can minimize distractions also. Yeah. Okay. So I look forward to seeing you all in the course.
I'm going to actually launch a poll real quick if everyone can just fill it out in the next minute or so. I think those all of our questions. And Swami Niji, thank you so much. That was amazing. The 3 meditations that you took us on just in that time alone really brought a sense of focus, alertness, calmness. It was incredibly beautiful. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you everyone for taking part of your Sunday to be here with us. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful week.